Hi guys, and welcome back to the Iron Personal Training YouTube channel. We're back with another video, and this time we're looking at the start of my off season. So comps are done. We don't have another one planned now until May, which will be the single lift bench press championships. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to rebuild some of that muscle mass that we've lost when we've been doing our peaking, and we're doing a lot less lower volume. So we're trying to rebuild that work capacity. We will build that muscle, so we've got a nice long base to build from, so we can get a nice high point on it when we do our peaking and hopefully hit some PRs when we get there. So we're using a cambered bar here. We're doing 3 sets of 12 at 100 kilos. So the reason we use the camber bar is the bend in the bar means that the plates sit lower than our chest, so we're pressing from a deficit, which makes it really hard, but it's a really good exercise for building the chest. We then came on to some dumbbell presses. We're just doing 2 sets, max reps, 30 kilos. As you'll know, you'll recognise this. This is something that we did in our last block, which was really helpful, really helped build some muscle in that area. So something that I have decided to keep in, and something that I'm going to do. What we're going to do differently this time is we're actually going to waive the weights. So we're going to start with 30, we're going to go to 35, and then we're going to go to 40 kilos on the 3-week wave of this exercise. And like I say, we're just trying to get as many reps as possible. As many reps as we hit doesn't really matter. We're just trying to go to failure, and we're trying to push it more than we did last time, or in the words of Greg Doucette, we're trying to
do something called train harder than last time.
And if we do that, we should build that bigger base, and we should be able to hit some nice PBs. Then coming on to some building of the back. So we're doing some chest supported dumbbell rows with a shrug. So doing a shrug to extend the range of motion that we can do in this area and really get a nice squeeze in the back. Like I've said in many videos, you know, if you want a strong bench, you need to have a strong back as well. And this really works it well. Get a little bit of trap work in there as well, doing that at 30 kilos. We then did some neutral grip lat pull downs at sets of a minute. Again, like I've said before, this is about building work capacity in the lats. So we're trying to do lactic acid training basically. So we're making it so our lats can last for longer, and it takes longer for them to fatigue. So when we're doing a comp, we're not going to find out that our lats fatigue, because obviously we use them a lot in all 3 of the movements for locking things into place. And we're doing a neutral grip here, and with 3 sets of a minute, a nice lightweight. Next exercise that we did is a nice interesting one. So we're doing push-ups on a blue band. Now the reason we're doing this is that we're trying to work the stabilization muscles in the chest. So as you can see, everything's shaking. So we're really trying to make those little muscles that don't do much work in. So this is kind of like doing a reverse chaos press. So where you'd hang kettlebells off a normal bar, off a bamboo bar. It's doing the same principles as that. As you can see, we had a little slip there because the board pushed out from under my feet. We're going back into it. We did 3 sets of max reps on this again. And like I say, it's just for working that stabilization, not just in the chest but also in the back as well. So if you struggle with control in the bench, this might be a really good exercise to try doing. And again, it really, because you're working a lot of muscles that don't work a lot, it really pumps your chest up quite quickly as well. So it can be a nice one for building the chest as well. We then went on to some tricep pull downs, where again we're just doing max reps. As you can see, a lot of this stuff isn't necessarily strength based, but we're just looking to build that muscle mass back up, and basically use that to get stronger afterwards. So like I said, the whole point of here, if you think of a pyramid, is that your peak is the point of the pyramid. So the weight, the height weight that you want to hit is at the very top of that pyramid. But the longer your base is, or the better your base is, the higher that point can be. So the higher the weight you can hit will be. This is something that I lagged in my training a lot. I just trained heavy all the time, never really going over like 5 reps. But I found doing this kind of training, especially at the start of a block or in off season, really helps you build that strength up. So you do have to accept that you're probably going to be a bit weaker for a bit, but in the long term it makes you stronger. So then just going on to some bicep curls. We're doing 20 kilos. We're doing 5 seconds up, 5 seconds down, or 5 count up, 5 count down. Might not quite be on the second mark. And we're doing this for nice and controlled movement. So again, the biceps are basically like stabilizing muscles in the bench. So if you've got nice strong biceps, they're going to be able to, they're going to help you stabilize more. And obviously when you're deadlifting as well, you use quite a little bit of bicep as well to keep you locked in to the bar. So you want to make sure they're nice and strong there. So as you can see, just going through that motion. So really at the moment we're training probably more like a bodybuilder than a typical powerlifter, but we're doing it to build that muscle mass back up and get ourselves ready for competing again. And like I say, I've not got a competition till May for bench, and I've not got another full power comp till July, so there's plenty of time in the off season to get myself ready, build up that work capacity once again. And then after this, we went on to some wrist work and forearm work. So this is something that I did really consistently in my last block for the first time, and it really had a positive effect on my training. It helped with bench, it helped with taking the load when we did low bar squats as well, and obviously helped with grip and deadlift as well, which I was really happy with. So this is something I definitely recommend putting in your training if you don't. And I mean, even if it doesn't make a huge difference, having muscular forearms does look pretty cool as well. And that was it for the session, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. First session back of the off-season. If you have got any questions about how I plan my off-season training, or you're looking to get any off-season planning done for your training, either drop me a message in the message bit below, or use the link in the description and message me on my Instagram, and I'll be able to help you out. But that's it for the video, guys. Thank you once again for watching. If you did enjoy, remember to like, subscribe, and leave any comments that you have. Thank you.